Thank everybody for joining us today. My name is Matt Cosby. I'm Director of Marketing for JB Warranty Corp., joined by Steve Smith. He's an advisor for us for JB Financing. And to begin, let's just tell you a little bit about our company. JB Warranties, were established in 2008, headquartered in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. We're an employee-owned company. And we're the nation's leading, in not only the nation's, the North American leader in warranty plans for plumbing and HVAC. Well, how did JBFin start? Well, we basically created a marketplace on our website. Not only did we want to offer our customers the best warranty in the game, we also wanted to provide tools to help grow businesses. So we began a marketplace, and we had HR and FSMs and all kinds of different aspects that help grow your business. And one aspect that we had got a lot of requests about was financing for customers. So we did some research, and we came across some opportunities and decided to launch JBFin. And here we are today, and we've been expanding and improving our offerings over the years. And today we're going to share with you a little bit about what's going on and the newest offering we have for you, our customers. Steve, if you're ready, I'm just going to let you take it from here.
All right, sounds good. So, welcome everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming. Some of you have seen me on our previous webinars. I see there's a lot of new people here, which we are certainly glad to see. Obviously, customer financing is becoming increasingly more important to everybody's bottom line sales. So what I'm going to do today is first to walk you through what JB Finance has evolved into, because this is really the most important part of what we want to talk about today. Some of you have been with us since we launched JB Finance. I guess it's about 4 years now. And we have found it increasingly important to continue to evolve as a customer financing option. And we started in a certain place, and we did some decent things, but we realized there was a long way to go before we can really become the best customer financing option, which I believe is where we are today. So what I'd like to do here is I'm going to start by just kind of explaining what we were, because some of you are still using the previous platform that we were offering. And I'm going to explain to you how we transitioned into what we are today. So previously, and the way we started was as what we call a fintech platform. Certainly not the only one, but we were a platform that had multiple direct-to-consumer lending options, whereby we provide you with a link, you share that link with your customer, they apply for a loan, and within a couple minutes, they can find out if they have qualified and how much they qualified for. Now, there were some inherent problems with that, and also with even some of our competitors who still work off that model, which is number one, these lenders that we were exclusively using were and are what we call direct-to-consumer options, meaning that all of those lenders were going to pay your customers directly. And excuse me, we learned from a lot of you that that wasn't an ideal situation. You were much more interested in what we call direct-to-merchant lending, where the lenders are paying you directly. So we needed to solve that problem, which we have. Part of the problems that also come along with the previous JBFin is that those loans, when you are using direct-to-consumer lending, are strictly limited to personal loans. And what happens, and I'm sure some of you have found out already, that those loans, unfortunately, do not get high approval rates. They have limited terms to offer the customers, usually between 5 and 7 years. And these were certain things that were not going to get us where we needed to be or be able to help your business in the most efficient manner. Because the bottom line is this business is all about getting people approved and getting people funded. That's all that matters at the end of the day. So now what we have become, and we're very proud of it, and it's something that you have never seen before in HVAC. And just so you know, we have been going through this with my team that is on the call with us today, but we've been going through this through multiple home improvement segments, roofing, pool building, shed building, etc., where we have found that the model I'm going to introduce to you today has made a substantial impact on the number of customers getting approved and the number of loans getting funded, and obviously resulting in increased sales. So what we are today is what we call full service customer financing. And basically what that means is we still have dozens of lenders that we have financing products to offer your customers. But what we are doing now is that in addition to having direct to merchant lending and more lenders, we are doing all of the financing work for our dealers. We realize, we heard everybody, that you guys are too busy to deal with financing and all of the minutia that goes along with it, submitting applications and getting IDs and dealing with the customers on their questions. And it was clearly very bothersome. More importantly, we found that it was generally the salespeople and the techs that were ruining the financing deals. They didn't know how to explain financing, and they were kind of in the way. Well, they were directly in the way, let's say that. So part of us doing all the work for our dealers is that we are going to do all of the loan processing for you. And in addition to that, we do all of the work for your customers. Because again, what we found was if you take a customer's application and you start holding their hand from the time that application comes in till the time you guys deliver your product or service and get paid for it, you're going to get a lot more funded loans. So that's why we call this full service, because now we do the work for everybody. And our approval rates and funded rates have gone through the roof because we're doing all of this. One thing I want to add before anybody asks the question, our services to you are absolutely free. I don't want you to think I'm going through this process, teaching you about JBFin and what we do, and then I'm going to slap you with some monthly charge or annual charge. We have no charges to you. It's free for us to do your financing work. And we have no commitments either. Okay, so you can use us, you can don't use us. We are very comfortable that once you start doing this, you are going to see the results immediately as to how many more approved and funded loans you're going to get. So also, please understand, the deck that you see in front of you, I kind of go off script a little bit, but this will be made available. We're going to post this on the website. We're going to post this recording. So don't worry if you're missing anything or you have business to do. The most important thing is your customers. And if you need to come back, we're going to post everything we're talking about and this deck up on the website. So that being said, we can go to the next slide, Matt. Okay, so what we do as a process now is that we provide each and every one of you with a link to the customer financing application. That link is going to uniquely identify you. So anytime somebody clicks it, we know it's your customer, and we immediately start communicating and reporting back to you on the status of every loan. There is a lot of communication going on between JBFin and our dealers. We want to make sure everybody understands exactly where every loan applicant is, and we want to make sure everything is completely transparent, especially at the beginning when you're starting to use it. But you will find out how incredibly easy it is when we just provide you with a link. Typically, our dealers will take the link, just put it on their website under an apply here for financing button, and leave it alone. Just direct customers to your website to apply for financing. You can also text the link, you can email the link, it doesn't really matter. Your sole job here is to just get the customer to the application so they can apply for financing. So that being said, once a customer clicks your link, they fill out a very short application. What's going to happen is it's going to come into us and our team. And you can see down below here, and you'll see it on the rest of these slides, our partner in doing all of this full service business is Express Finance. And all of our whole team is on the call with us today. They are absolutely amazing at what they do. And what will happen is your customer will fill out the application. Within about 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, we're going to do a soft pull on that customer, so we can see exactly what type of credit profile we are dealing with at that point. From there, our team, the Express team, will be on the phone with your customer within 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes. And we are at that point starting the hand-holding process to get them through to the end. And it is our job, regardless of how long that may take, regardless of how many questions they may have, it is our job to get them across the finish line, to have signed loan documents, and to be adding these sales to your bottom line. So again, I'm going to be the only one doing the talking here today, but all of the people on my team you're going to get to know personally. And this is something that you have not experienced in customer financing in HVAC for some time, because we know all the players. When you need service, when you need a question answered, when your customers need a question answered, we're there. And we're going to obviously share all of that information so you have it. But you guys are going to get to know the whole team, Aaron and Jamie and Josh and Matt and Nellie and all these great people that are going to really make a huge difference in not only your approved and funded loans, but how easy it is now to offer customer financing and be able to go on with your day while we're doing all the work. Okay, so that being said, requirements here are very limited. A lot of the current financing options available in HVAC require a lot of work in the application process, meaning they're kind of asking for bank statements. They want you to have a certain annual income, a lot of hurdles to overcome. Much easier here. So basically, to get you going here, we just need to make sure you're registered with the state you work in or states you work in. We're going to ask you for a voided check, and we're going to make sure you have some liability insurance. Simple as that. You can go next. So again, our approval rates, since we have moved from a direct-to-consumer model to a direct-to-merchant model with full service, our approval rates literally went from 27% to 82%. And that is significant. And that's something that you're going to experience right out of the box if you decide you'd like to start to work with us and give this a shot. You could go next. Okay, so I know we've kind of mentioned this in the invitation, and you'll see a lot more of this, but all of the loans that come through us have no dealer fees. I know that's a big concern with other lending options, but here there are no dealer fees. So currently, what we can offer you is, or offer your customers, we have loans up to $100,000. We have terms up to 20 years. Obviously, the longer terms are going to give your customers lower monthly payments. We will approve FICO scores 580 and higher. Again, that's part of the reason you're going to see a big and immediate difference in the number of approvals you get. So, as you can see on your screen, you're probably asking yourself, well, how do these guys make money? And the way we do that, and the way we are able to provide you with free service to basically be your financing arm, is that we are going to charge customers that take a loan $299. It's a flat $299. If the customer does not take the loan, they are not charged any money. Okay. And just to give you some perspective of how we want to accelerate the number of loans we are funding, this model that we have been using across home improvement, we generally get up to 6% of the loan amount. For HVAC, we really want to have an impact and have an impact immediately. And that's why we said $299 flat, that's it, nothing else to the customer, because it allows us to get these loans done much faster. We understand the urgency when you're dealing with heat, plumbing, electric. People need things quickly, and that's going to really help out. So that's how we make our money. Again, nobody is charged any fees if they do not take the loan. And it's going to be $299, whether we have to talk to that person 5 times or 35 times. It doesn't really matter. Our job is to get them, again, across that finish line and signing those loan documents. Go ahead, Ben. Okay, so in addition to the other terms I mentioned, we start at 9.99, and that's going to be for your very good credit scores, and the highest that your customer would ever see is a 17.99, and they're going to fall within the poor credit category. So we're not here like some other lending options, charging people $24.99 and $29.99 and even higher. Everybody can kind of rest assured that they're going to fall within that margin, $9.99 to $17.99. Go ahead, Matt. Okay, so okay, let's do this slide. So here are some of the things. Hopefully, we're answering a lot of the questions you have. We're going to cover all of your installations. We'll cover maintenance. We will cover ductwork, plumbing, electric. We also know that a lot of you have other businesses. So we want to let you know that we are here to get your customers approved for just about anything in home improvement. And you can see it on the right side here, whether it's remodels, landscaping, roofing, etc. We can offer a customer financing option for you. Same full service. Okay. One of the things, I'm going to get to this in 1 second, that I really want to bring up before I forget, is when we designed this, I mentioned that it was imperative that we take a lot of the work off your plate and that we get a lot of the salespeople and techs out of the way and out of the financing conversation. One of the things we love to do is training. We like to get salespeople, techs, and your people, finance managers, on the phone, giving them a little bit of training on our full service financing model. So everybody understands what they're doing. Um, the messaging that we like to come across with in this training and overall is really, if you want to get loans approved, funded, and sales done, we highly recommend that your people stay out of the financing conversation, because typically that's where these deals start to go awry. When techs start to talk about financing and offers and promotions, and they don't know what they're talking about. So our recommendation always is that if you have somebody interested in offering or financing whatever it is you're doing, we advise you to tell them you have an excellent customer financing partner in JBFin. And if you fill out the application, somebody is going to call you and they are going to discuss all of your options. Because all these customers want to do, and I'm sure all of you know it already, is to take you down all of these rabbit holes. They want to tell you how great their FICO score is and how much money they make, and they paid this bill and that bill. And frankly, none of it matters. All it is these rabbit holes they keep taking you down. And it gets people off track. They always hear the wrong thing. So our advice is to just tell your customer you have a great option, fill out the application. That application is only going to result in a soft pull. Okay, so your customer can find out how much money they qualify for, and it will not affect their credit score. It will not hit the bureaus. So it's always encouraged for you to get people to apply for financing. I don't have to tell you how much easier it is to sell something for $200 a month versus $15,000 cash, right? So that being said, what we're going to do, because I know the conversation on HVAC programs could go on quite a long time. And I want you all to know that we have all the promotions that you would ever need to offer your customers. And frankly, again, that's what our team does, is offer them the promotions, whether they're same as cash with monthly payments, same as cash with deferred monthly payments, no payments, no interest, equal payments. We have all of the programs, and we have them for 6, 12, 18, and 24-month terms. So what's going to happen ultimately, if you decide to move forward, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that, but you will have a representative with a name and a face and an email and a phone number assigned to you, somebody that you can always talk to. This isn't like working with one of the big lenders where you can't get anybody on the phone and you can't get your questions answered. So I don't want to spend a lot of time on the specifics of the promotions, but they are all available here. Okay, so the way this is going to work, I explained the process of how that customer is going to apply, how we're going to do the softball, and then we are going to jump right in. We're going to start holding their hand and getting them to where they need to be. What your responsibility is in the process from that application till the money is in your bank account is, number one, you're going to provide us with a customer signed invoice or a sales order, whatever you call it, and you can use your own. They need an AC unit, it's $8,000, they sign off. You're going to send that to us by email, and we are going to take that invoice. We are going to generate loan documents that are going to match your invoice to the penny. We are going to email those loan documents to your customer for an electronic signature. We will send you a copy of them. And following that, we're going to send you a certificate of completion. Okay, so that certificate of completion is ultimately what we're going to need to activate the payments to you. So we can do that in two different ways. One is through a hard copy, because you're always going to get one emailed to you so you can print it, get it signed by your customer on completion of your job, but we can also do it electronically. So you have an option there. And these are the two responsibilities you have in the process, start to finish. We need the invoice, and you're going to get us back that certificate so you can get paid. Okay? All of the payments are going to be sent by ACH. Within 24 to 48 hours, you will find them in your bank account. Okay, so here is the last part, excuse me, of what we're going to talk about here before I start taking some questions. Now, as I mentioned, we are focused on direct to merchant lending. So, although we have many lenders, we currently have one called Foundation Finance. Some of you may be familiar with them, some of you may not. But they have just come to the table with one of the great offerings in HVAC. This is our number one partner. These are the guys that are going to get the most people approved for you, get the most people funded for you, and they're going to offer the most money to your customers, more so than any other lender. So if it is imperative for us to be as successful as possible for you, what we want you to do is to get you set up with Foundation, because being a direct to merchant lender, obviously nobody is sending you tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars without knowing who you are. So what we want you to do, the link is in front of you, and we are going to send you an email with this again, where you can give them your information through their application. Typically what will happen is in about a week or so, they are going to give us the green light. And at that point, we are going to create the customer financing link that I discussed earlier that uniquely identifies you. We're going to send that right off to you. It will be live and you will be offering financing. So if you want to copy that down, it's right there in front of you. The 800 number, that is to our Express team. Again, you're going to get to know all these people by name. They are going to help you with any questions you have. They are going to answer all your questions on the status of any applications. They are going to help your customers. And by the way, your customers are going to love the service that they're getting. They're not getting service like this anywhere else. So to get started with us, the only thing we want to do is get you signed up with Foundation Finance so we can have all of their lending products available to you to get all those approvals that I mentioned previously. If any of you are interested in commercial lending, we can offer you commercial lending as well. We have 90 small business lenders, and these lenders offer every type of business loan there is. If you need money for inventory, if you need money for payroll, for expansion, for vehicles, whatever it may be, we can help you get those as well. And it's equally as easy to use. Just a matter of filling out an application. You'll get a call generally within 24 hours to discuss exactly what you are trying to accomplish, whether it be short-term, long-term, line of credit, whatever it may be. We can help you at JB Commercial. So that being said, I'm already hoarse and my throat is dry, and I am going to open this up. I see there's a whole bunch of questions already. So what I'll do is I might as well.
And Steve, do you want me to go down here and I can ask the questions and you can answer them?
Sure.
Okay.
And Matt, there are extra ones that I pulled from chat too that didn't get into the Q&A, so I'll have those for you as well.
Great.
Beautiful. Perfect. All right, let's see here. Looking for the Q&A and it disappeared on me, so.
Okay, so here, okay, sorry about that. I'm scrolling myself here. Okay, so just to be clear, Jamie, what is the 6% fee you mentioned for? We do not charge 6%. I was setting an example of the fee that's charged in other home improvement segments. We are just $299 flat. We do not charge 6% in HVAC. Your customer, if they decide to take a loan, will be charged $299. And to answer another question, that $299 is going to transact separately. It will not be in the loan. So we're generally going to take that through credit card and credit card processing. Again, nothing's processed if they don't accept the loan.
Will customer be able to get approved nights, weekends, or holidays?
Yes. So typically, the hours that we are working are generally 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 on Saturday. As you already know, there are no lenders that we can get offers from and process through on Sundays, but everybody is willing, and we give them the ability to call on Sunday to start the process, to answer any questions. But typically those loans will, and those offers will come Monday morning if the app comes in on Sunday.
Does this integrate directly with ServiceTitan? If not, is there a future plan to integrate to streamline the application process? And that may have to do with our JB Warranties, JB 360 integration that we have on the warranty side of things with ServiceTitan, if you haven't heard about that. I don't know if you can answer that, Steve, but I do know that we're always looking to integrate and, improve the entire customer journey. So I wouldn't say that's off the table right now. I don't think there is a integration with ServiceTitan with this offering. It's
not an integration in the true sense of the word. And as you said, Matt, we are working towards it. Obviously, ServiceTitan is very important in HVAC. What we can do, though, is we can add your unique link into the ServiceTitan CRM. So as jobs are getting done, people can click on your link, fill out the application, right? Which the link will be on ServiceTitan, but we're not processing the loan through that platform.
Fantastic. Can we roll the $299 into our price so the customer doesn't see it?
Right. So the answer to that is no. We don't put the $299 into the loan. As I said before, it's a separate fee and it is transacted separately with the customer. And by the way, we explain all this to the customer. First thing we do when we get on the phone with them, and let me tell you right now that, we provide real white glove service. Customers are extremely happy with what we do, the fact that they have a person with a name and a face and a phone number, and they are almost always very willing participants and understand the value of $299 and have no issues paying it.
Great. What is the 6% fee you mentioned for?
I just answered that one. So
let's see here. Let's see. ServiceTitan, we already answered that one. Can we automatically embed the link to House Call Pro, which is a FSM, whenever we are sending proposals?
Yes, same thing. You can embed the link. It won't process through there because we have not integrated the API, but you can put the link into there. So whenever you're completing an order, boom, just click the link, have the customer fill out the application. It'll go through the process I just described.
Yep. Are there any 0% options? I think this question happened right before we went through that slide. Of course we do.
We have all this here.
Let's see here. Will you finance spray foam?
Spray foam.
Installation.
I don't want to speak out of turn. My soft answer is yes, but we'll make sure to get back to you on that.
Will we finance generators?
Yes. Oh, by the way, also, we will and we can get people approved and funded for commercial spaces. So if you're in retail, strip malls, restaurants, we can get new units funded through this platform. I also want to bring up one other thing that's important. I hear this a lot in HVAC. To get funded with us, the residence, the house, the restaurant, whatever it is, well, not a restaurant, but the home does not have to be the primary residence. I know a lot of lenders demand that it's the primary residence. Not here. As long as that person owns whatever that property is, we can get it funded. It doesn't have to be primary.
A couple of these have already answered on previous answers here. Let's see here.
You can, yes, you can turn the link into a QR code. We could help you do that. No problem. Just scan the code. It'll open the application. They fill out the application. I see these here, Matt. Let me just kind of
go ahead and take the lead there.
For commercial financing, the maximum loan amount is $10 million. The minimum loan amount is $10,000. A lot of these loans, some of the lower ticket loans, 10,000, 25, 50. Some of these can certainly get funded same day. But most loans can get funded within 48, 72 hours. I think somebody's asking if we'll send this webinar out. I think we're going to just post it up on JB Warranties.
Yeah. We'll also email everybody who sent an email to join this webinar. We'll be sending out a follow-up email with a copy of this.
Okay, so are we able to request a deposit? Yes, you can get whatever deposit you want. That's your business. We are just here to finance the balance. So whatever you get, you get. If your job is $10,000 and you get a deposit of $2,000, the invoice that you're going to send to us is going to show $10,000 install, $2,000 deposit, amount to be financed $8,000. And then we're going to create the loan docs for $8,000. The certificate of completion is basically generic. Well, let me answer the question. So what will happen is once when we send you the certificate of completion, it will already be pre-populated with all of the information, with the exception of the date of installation or the date of completion. That we're going to rely on you for because we don't know what that is. So as soon as you know when you're completing this job, you're just going to write in that date of completion, you're going to sign it, and you're going to send it in to us.
There was a little one snuck in here. If we already use JBFin, the legacy consumer, direct-to-consumer, do we need to reapply?
Well, here's what we are asking you to do, and it's going to be very beneficial to you. We are not shutting down the direct-to-consumer portal by any means, but we're here because we want to get you set up on the full service side, because this is going to make all the difference in the world to you as it relates to your approvals and your funded loans. So the link you're currently using will only get you to the direct-to-consumer platform or portion of our platform. What we want you to do first, you can still see the Foundation Finance link up there. We want to get you set up so we can provide you the full service, free you up, and get you some more funded loans. So the answer is that link is still live, but it's not going to maximize the amount of funded loans you're getting. Customer service is in the US, yes, in Florida. We do have a rate sheet that we are going to post. Loans start at $1,000, so $1,000 to $100,000. Yes, we have no interest options. Good question here. What happens if the job is completed and the customer is refusing to sign the completion form? Well, we always strongly recommend that you use the hard copy that we're going to email to you. You print it, bring it with you on install so you can get the customer to sign it right there. it's never really a good idea to leave anybody's residence without a signed certificate. But we do, as I said, have the option to send the customer an email where they can electronically sign if need be. So this is really a matter of personal preference. Our suggestion is always never to leave a home without a signature, but we will, and we have from time to time. Fortunately, it doesn't happen all that often, but we will track those people down if we sent it electronically and they're taking their sweet time to sign it. We will stay on top of them. By the way, we do that for all aspects of customer financing. We have loans that are applied for and not closed for months because people just aren't ready to do what they want to do, right? They want to wait for various reasons. You can rest assured that we are going to stay on top of your customers for you. We're going to help you get those jobs completed, even though somebody had inquired 3 months ago. Part of what we do. This one I'm going to have to get some help on. I'm not sure what a SEER rating is. No, the minimum loan is not 10,000. It is 1,000. Yes, we will finance a customer on private land. Again, the first thing we want to do just to get you going is we want to get you connected with our #1 lender, Foundation Finance. The link is right in front of you. Use it exactly as it is so we know when your application comes in. And that's all we need for now. We have other lending options, but this is by far, by a country mile, the most important to you and to us.
Here's one, Steve. Do we need to have a specific amount they're trying to get financed, or can they find out from y'all how much they can be approved to make their decision?
Well, more good news for you, because generally speaking, I can say with great confidence that when your customers get approved, they will almost always get approved for more money than they asked for. And I know you're not used to seeing that. So, of course, people getting approved for more than they asked for is very important because, #1, that's upsell time for you guys. Because we're going to let you know how much they're approved for, right? And of course, customers, once they get approved and they realize they have a monthly payment, their eyes get bigger. They want to do more things, right? Because they're only adding a little bit per month to their approval. So that, I think, answers that question.
I think you may have answered this one already, but we've seen it several times. What's the minimum amount to finance, Steve?
1,000. Okay, here's a good question. So if you're already signed up for with Foundation Finance, good for you, smart move. What we provide in addition to that is all of the full service that I described to you. So it's always your choice. If you want to process your own, if you want to do all the financing work, that's entirely your call. But if you'd like to try us out, just let us know. Just shoot us an email and let us know, hey, I'm already with Foundation, but I want to try you guys out. Can you send me a link so I can offer financing through you and have you do all my work? We can give you a sales tool. So we can provide you with a brochure, like a one-sheet flyer. We can actually, and we like to do it, is to put your logo on there as well. So you're welcome to send your logo to us. We'll put it on a one sheet for you that'll have all the top line information. Loans up to $100,000, FICO starting at 580, etc. And this way you can have it in front of you. You can have it at the point of sale. Again, I'm going to advise you don't go down all these rabbit holes in the finance conversation, but just to have that basic information, we can provide you with the tool you need. Can the contractor pay the $299 for the customer? Sure. Why not? When When you click the link, so when you click the link that we provide you, it is going to have the ExpressFin logo on it. Okay, we just have a great partnership here of providing service with processing. So when you have your link, that customer, and they're really very attractive and well done, well thought out applications, but it'll have that ExpressFin logo on it. Yes, you can. We will fund compressors and coils. Yes, we will post a rate card so you can all have access to it. Yes, we will fund boilers, furnaces, water heaters. Yes, zero charge to you. We do not charge you any monthly fee, any annual fee. There's no contract, there's no commitment. The loans, when they get approved, are good for 6 months. So we can get somebody approved, get signed loan docs, and if you can do the job in 3, 4, or 5 months later. The longest lending term is 20 years. Length of time and business requirement, not much. We just need to see that you have an existing business, that you're registered. Certainly helps to have a website, but the requirements are relatively minimal. Make sure you're in good standing, and you'll sail through the approval process. Will we finance mobile homes? We do not finance anything on wheels. That is considered a vehicle. But if you have a mobile home on blocks and you own the land, yes, you can get that financed. There are no prepayment penalties on any loans. 18 months. Yes, there is 18 months, same as cash. Will we fund oil tanks? Another question I'm going to need to get back to you on, Mary Ellen. Don't know. If you need financing for a church, you'd want to go to the commercial link. Okay, a lot of these are the same questions. I don't want to bore everybody.
And we have a whole lot more that have come in through chat too. So I don't know if we want to put together a FAQ, and then that comes out with the
Yep, we can do that.
Webinar recording, just to make sure that everybody's questions do get answered.
Yep, we'll do that. Yes, these are a lot of questions. So I know, we just have a couple minutes here. So that's a great idea. I think we'll come up with an FAQ and make sure all of these get answered. Again, you see our 800 number right there. We hope that you guys want to join us, have a great experience, get more loans approved and funded, and just work with a team that actually cares about your financing. So, Matt, I'm going to kind of close it out from my side here, and you can make your closing remarks, and we hope to see all of you again shortly.
Fantastic. Thanks everybody for joining today. Like we mentioned earlier, we're going to be emailing this out, try to put this up on YouTube, and maybe some more on the website, more information to come, and we'll try to get a lot more of these questions answered to you in that email as well. I hope everybody got all their questions answered that they had before, most of them anyway. And this is a great step, and this is a very helpful tool, the white glove, so you guys can concentrate on your businesses. So thanks again, Steve, and thanks everybody for joining us, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, everybody.